So the baby basically said, I never said LGBTQ. I said HIV, allegedly.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
What is going on, guys? Yes, get your headphones, get ready, baby. Let me tell y'all something. I've been telling y'all that I'm not interested in this man. I've been telling y'all that I'm not interested in seeing this man. And this man had the audacity to go to this performance and to basically gaslight, to antagonize Megan Thee Stallion to the 110th degree, which tells us everything. And at this point, if you are still actively, the key word here is actively supporting the baby, then you like being in the company of folks like him who keep other abusers in their company as well, even though they didn't do anything. Why would you want to align yourself? Why would you want to be cool with somebody who's been called out for this? So let's talk about it. I've been told y'all a couple of months ago, I wasn't feeling the man. I wasn't interested in y'all was in Instagram comments. You was dragging, the baby, and to be honest, it's very interesting that we have seen a transition of support about the baby. You had a lot of black women was out here clapping and loving on the baby when we didn't know anything about him. We didn't know he was a virtual unknown, and we were supporting him for basic things, for supporting and loving on women. We saw videos of him hugging, like, you know, fat black folks and, you know, all of the other stuff, and just being so nice to his fans. Then we start seeing the stuff of him popping off on paparazzi. Then we start seeing the video of him, you know, smacking the woman in the face for trying to take a picture of him, and he said he didn't like the light in his face and all the other stuff. Now we are seeing a shift as more black women, more trans folks, more like queer folks have came out and said, hey, the baby got some issues that we need to talk about. And with the alignment of the baby with Tory Lanez has left some folks like, we don't support people who align themselves with folks who've been called out about abuse. We don't do that. So the baby has been doing that, and him doing that with Tory Lanez at this big concert, where it's probably like one of the biggest moments of your career. You bring out somebody that's done some harm to somebody who you called yourself friends with and was doing music with, who you have a #1 song with, makes no sense. But it's because cishet black men don't have any issues with aligning themselves with abuse. That's how they always, you know, well, they didn't do that around. I never seen them doing it. They do. And y'all don't do anything about it. Y'all don't do anything about it because y'all like to align yourselves. And we saw how the transition from, you know, the baby getting a lot of love from black folk, black women, black, you know, all these folks. Now it is cishet black men that's supporting him. Why? Why? Because the cishet black men wasn't feeling the baby at first, but now they all of a sudden are interested in him. And I wonder why is that? It's very telling. It's very telling. So let me tell you something. When that Adidas shoe flew across that stage and almost hit you, I was praying to God that it was going to turn into a Sonic the Hedgehog shoe and light your big I was praying that shoe was gonna pop you right in your bubblegum. How many licks can I get in the dish head? I was hoping that it would line with your forehead. I was hoping it was gonna line with your gumball head. I was hoping it didn't. It didn't. And for somebody to throw a shoe at you, the baby, that is the ultimate sign of disrespect. The last person that we saw that got a shoe through at them was a war criminal, and that was George Bush. So you are in the same lane. Somebody threw a shoe at you, sis. They don't like you that much that they risk themselves getting pummeled by your security, getting beat up like your security, and in the middle of like all of that, and they threw a shoe at you. That should be telling, like that should be telling. And I had this conversation with this young black man who was ringing me up while I went to Sherwin-Williams today. He was in conversation asking me what I was doing, what I do, and I said, yeah, I gotta get on the baby at this Rolling Loud performance. He was like, what exactly is it that the baby did that was wrong? And he knew. This man is worried about so many things that have nothing to do with him, and he's also perpetuating HIV and AIDS stigma, STI stigma, all of these things. And the irony of this man making comments about HIV and AIDS and all this other stuff and STIs while sitting on stage with thousands upon thousands of people, maskless, in one of the states with the lowest vaccination rates in the country and the highest deaths as of this week for new COVID cases in the middle of a pandemic. And you want to talk about HIV and AIDS and you want to talk about STIs when you are the biggest cancer currently on this planet, physically and mentally. Physically, because you are participating in this event that is hosting all these thousands of people with no mask in the middle of a pandemic. You didn't have no mask on, you performing, y'all breathing, you're doing all this other stuff amongst folks. Y'all are spreading virus. Delta is literally strolling on each and every one of y'all lungs, and then majority of y'all going on the Meemaw house and all this other stuff, and y'all gonna have y'all grandpappys and grandfolks laying up in the casket. And we ain't got that much wood, that's a lumber shortage. So some of y'all gonna be going in the pine box. So you talking about this while you are out here doing that, and I'm so confused about it. But we know how HIV, AIDS stigma, we know how STI stigma, all of that works. It's okay to breed COVID and to be in a thing that is out here putting folks in danger and all this other stuff, for, like putting them in a situation that they contract the virus. None of that is the issue, but we are worried about HIV and AIDS that directly impacts black queer folks like myself who are living with HIV. So every time you get out your mouth and you say something about HIV, you make a joke and all that stuff, please remember that you are not doing anything for us. You're not even doing anything for yourself other than boosting your ego. HIV stigma is the #1 thing that is killing folks like me. It is killing folks like folks who are watching this right now who have not been tested regularly, who are not interested in getting tested, who are fearful of getting tested because they're fearful of testing positive and then have to deal with the shame of being HIV positive. So when we talk about HIV, we talk about in these conversations that is very not even doom and gloom, but from it's stigmatizing. And then y'all pride yourselves like y'all are doing something when y'all are not doing anything. Amen. Like y'all are priding yourselves like y'all are doing something for the community when y'all are not doing anything at all. You're not even saying anything. So apparently the baby saw somebody out, in the middle of whatever, getting head outside by a guy, whatever. What difference does it make, girl? If I was out there bobbing my head with some bop to it, if I was bopping some head to it, why does it matter to you? Why does it matter to you what we are doing in the privacy of our cars or the privacy of our RVs, the park? Why does that matter to you? And then the only way you try to justify that it's an issue by bringing HIV and AIDS to it. And it's just like, we live in y'all mind rent free. Queer people, gay people live in we live in y'all minds rent free. We might as well be gentrified. We are literally gentrifying y'all heads. We are literally colonizing y'all minds because y'all cannot get out. You know what? It would make sense because your colonized mind is the reason why you have a problem with queer folks. As I move my invisible vein. Your colonized mind is the reason why you have a problem with what somebody else is doing. I don't care. I don't really care what you are doing with whatever. But y'all want to be oppressive. Y'all want to hold on to that power because it makes you feel powerful in an anti-black world. And the same system that's literally stepping on you, throwing drugs in the car, pulling you over, taking your ass to jail, y'all enjoy having a little bitty small amount of power that you don't even realize that it's not doing anything for you, sis, because it's gonna get you too. It's gonna get you too. And y'all be doing this. People like the babies do all these things, and then it's black trans folks that's out in the streets marching. It's black film folks. It is black queer folks that are out in the streets, like bringing awareness to y'all being slain by cops. 50 Cent and his folks ain't out there marching for y'all. The only thing they doing is probably giving y'all $5,000 to $10,000 when they get called out to pay for your funeral. But we are interested in ending it, not like providing a space for it. We're interested in ending. That's why these folks out here marching and putting their lives on the risk. While y'all out here not doing anything, y'all don't offer anything. Cishet black men, I'm not just talking to the baby, I'm also talking to you all too. Because y'all, I'm seeing y'all in the comments hype all this stuff up. And some people say, well, Josh, you need to drag the cishet black men. I'm not worried about them. I'll let somebody else make that call. I'm worried about cishet black men who are out here enjoying the baby antagonize Megan Thee Stallion, who are enjoying Tory Lanez being brought up on the stage. I want to know, what is Rolling Loud going to do to address this type of stuff that is going on? Like, I don't know if Megan went on after the baby or the baby went before Megan, but that is some taxing, that is some, if we want to talk about mental health, that is trash. Somebody should have said, no, we're not gonna do this. It's already enough that you are like performing, you know, but we gonna make it do what it do. But to bring out this person right now, and y'all act like Tory Lanez is a #1 artist. Tory Lanez ain't doing anything. He's not making no moves like that. Like, I didn't even know who Tory Lanez was until recently. Tory Lanez was virtually unknown to me, so bad that I didn't even know how to pronounce his name. I was over here saying Tory Lanez because I had never heard about him. The only time I did hear about his name was mentioned is when it came to the colorism thing, where he tried to make it seem like that he was supporting a black dark-skinned artist, or a black dark-skinned model in his music video, when it come to find out that was staged. Everything about Tory Lanez is a stage, it's a stunt, and honestly I'm interested in them coming in with a stunt double because hopefully they have a better wig than him. Tory Lanez, T.I., DaBaby, Jeff Bezos, I want to put y'all on a rocket and shoot y'all off to the middle of nowhere with no oxygen, to be honest, because y'all are taking up so much energy from us. Like, y'all are making my head spin. I'm just so disgusted because I'm seeing Megan maneuver in this. And we already know that hip hop, rap, all of this is a very misogynistic ass like space. And I can only imagine as a black woman, the misogynoir that these folks have to deal with, these women have to deal with in company with y'all. In company with y'all. Like, if y'all are out here actively supporting DaBaby and actively supporting the Tory Lanez out here doing this antagonist, what other folks are y'all in y'all communities, are y'all sharing space with that have been accused of doing stuff and y'all have not called them to the carpet? How many, and then when we call them out and victim ends up speaking in 5 years from now, he's like, well, why they waiting out? Because you didn't say nothing the first fucking day. That's why. So let's say 5-10 years from now, Megan comes out and she talks about the stuff that she experienced and how taxing it was on her mental health and all the other stuff, and then y'all come out and say, well, why nobody said nothing 10 years ago? Because y'all didn't say shit the day one. If you don't say nothing, if you said something day one, we wouldn't have to worry about day 366. If you said something the very first day, the fact that this man is still walking on this earth and participating in this says a lot. Says a lot, and also speaks to this bullshit narrative about cancel culture. It doesn't exist, and the only people who experience it, as I say every again, are the most marginalized. Black women, trans folks, queer folks are experiencing that. And you know why they experience it? Because they ass already live in a world that has already canceled their ass from the very beginning. From the very beginning. And cishet black men don't think they are canceled. Your ass is already canceled. Period. You're just profitable for these folks for right now. If anything should have showed you that, it should have been the NFL when their response to police brutality, when you had football players getting on the knee just to bring some type of awareness, and these owners were saying, get off the field. That should tell you that they don't care. And who all plays for the NFL? A bunch of cis, hetero, black men. And that should let you know. That should let you know. But y'all think y'all are them, and they don't care about y'all. Y'all are disposable. If you come and shake up their world, let's just say for a second that the stuff that Tory Lanez has been accused of didn't happen. Let's say that. I'll give y'all that. The fact that the baby did not even say, hey, you know what, bruh? I've been rocking with her and I've been what's the name with her. Let's just wait till the truth come out. You know, let's wait, give it some time, and let's do some music later on. Like, let's wait, like, we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. Like, let's wait, like, until like the truth come out. Let's wait till this trial and stuff, blah, blah, blah. Why can't y'all just wait till this alleged truth come out? Why? I think it's probably two things. One, y'all know y'all ass ain't got that much time, because to be honest, the Scooby-Doo beats barely getting your ass by, to be honest. And secondly, y'all are fully committed to the destruction of black women without even knowing it, with knowing it. Some of y'all are knowing it, and some of y'all don't know that y'all doing it. And the fact that none of y'all are listening to them when they tell you y'all are committed to violence and destruction of them. So you want to talk about the destruction of the black nuclear family, the destruction of the black family, and destruction of this. Y'all are destruction and have been terrorizing, antagonizing, and oppressing black women for a minute now. Y'all asses have been committed to the destruction of black women, period. And black queer folks, black trans folks, that is what y'all are committed to. And that's why we are committed to ending this shit, period. Because if the baby and Tory Lanez can get in front of a crowd of 1,000 people and say stuff like that and gaslight folks and do stuff like that, what does that say about the world we live in? Because that should have never happened. That's all I got. Y'all tell me what y'all think about the conversation in the comments, and I'll talk y'all later on tonight. Bye.